everyone, Finn Ravens here. This video is a viewer-suggested video by Chance Watson and EJraven. So thank you guys for suggesting this video. Apparently they're huge fans of Armored Core series games, and they wanted me to cover all 7 of the physical copies on the PlayStation 2. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing today. So if you're an Armored Core fan, I'm just covering basically the physical artwork, manuals, and disc for the 7 copies that were released on the PlayStation 2. So hope you enjoyed. I'm going to go ahead and start with the launch title, the Armored Core 2 for the PlayStation 2. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in and we can go ahead and get started. Alrighty, so we have Armored Core 2 for the PlayStation 2. This is one of the 29 official launch titles back in the early 2000s. Has a very low SLUS number, so this was pretty much around the 14th game that was made on the PlayStation 2. I believe they did skip a few numbers, so it's not quite the 14th title. It might have been around 9 or 10. And if you guys are a huge fan or don't really know what the Armored Core series is, it's pretty much mech arena, mech fighting games. So you kind of battle it out with giant mech warriors, stuff like that. Let's go ahead and look at the manual. The manual looks to be exactly the same as the front cover. And I believe all of these games, all 7, were made by Agetec. And as you can see, it was released in the year 2000. Also tells you on the kind of the fine print for the lower back of the cover art. So there's Armored Core 2. We're going to be covering, let's see, next one on the list is Armored Core 2, Another Age. I think after doing this video, I would probably want to play a few of these. I've not had a chance or the time yet to play any of the Armored Core games. I've seen some gameplay of them. They look really neat. And there's just a ton of them. This one was released, looks like 2001 they finished it. They probably started, the making of it was probably in the early 2000s, and then it looks like it was published in 2001. Let's take a look at the manual. Manual is the same artwork as the front cover art, it looks like. And then let's take a look at the disc. And see what the back of the manual looks like. Because sometimes they do some pending games and stuff. Looks like it's just they're advertising for Agetec. Some really great titles. Metal Slug is a really fun RPG game if you guys have never played it. It's kind of an arcade shooter, platformer, kind of a left and right. I used to love the crap out of Metal Slug when I played that with coin arcades back when I was a kid. Let's take a look. I forgot to cover the back of the manual for Armored Core 2. Let's just see what's on there. Oh, External Ring and Evergrace. Evergrace was also a launch title. I don't believe External Ring is, but it might have been. Pretty sure Evergrace was a launch title. External Ring actually might have, now that I'm thinking of it. Oh, it says launch title. Silly me. I just had to kind of zoom out a little. So, there's 2 more launch titles. Seems like Agetec definitely made a lot of launch titles. That is awesome. And then on the Armored Core list is Armored Core 3. Seems like these games did very well. There's a bunch in the series. This one ends in 20435 for the SLUS serial number. Control of the Earth is still undecided. And then at least on the PlayStation 2, I know I'm a variant collector, and some people might ask, I don't know of any variants for the Armored Core games on the PlayStation 2. I don't think there's any. If you guys know of any, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to add that to my master list, but just for the video's sake, and maybe some of the other hunters out there, I don't believe there's any variants for the 7 Armored Core games. So it looks like they're covering both of the early titles for this Armored Core 3. They're kind of going back. So publication 2000 to 2002. That's pretty cool. Registration. Then here's what the disc looks like up close. Alrighty, on to the next one. We have Armored Core Last Raven would be the next one alphabetically. I do believe I have put these alphabetically, hopefully. Armored Core Last Raven. Kind of a really cool space artwork mech. This one is 21338 for the serial number. Emergency alert, the final reckoning. All pros, almost no cons. That's great. This one was made in 2006. Let's take a look at what the manual looks like. Manual seems to be for all these at least close enough to the front cover art. Looks like this one just has clouds in the background for the cover art or the manual. Let's see what's on the back of the manual. Just a nice sky. They must be in the clouds. Armored Core Last Raven from Age Tech in 2006. Seems like my disc is a little dirty. And then the next one is Armored Core Nexus. Definitely a really cool looking, almost Terminator look to it. Armored Core Nexus. I believe this one has 2 discs. We will confirm that once I open this. Pretty sure with it having 2 serials. One disc ending in 986, the other ending in 1079. It does say 2 discs down here. The future is now. Join the revolution. Disc 1, Disc 2, Evolution and Revolution. Alrighty, so this must be a very long game. That is awesome. I wonder if it's different kind of battle system, like one is campaign for Disc 1 and Disc 2. Let's see. Revisits Armored Core's past. Seems like 2 different kinds of stories, potentially. So the manual looks to be the same as the front of the cover art. Let's see what the back looks like. Armored Core Nexus is, we've already covered that one, I believe. Armored Core Nexus. This is Nexus, isn't it? This is Nexus. That is so weird. Oh, they're covering the guide on the back of the manual. Thought I was missing one for a minute. So that's what the back of the manual has. And then both discs. Disc 1 is Evolution. This is a game that was released, it looks like, in 2004. And then Disc 2, also released in 2004. This disc is Revolution. Alrighty. On to game number 6, Armored Core 9-Breaker. Really cool looking cover art. Almost reminds me of the early Transformers movies. Serial is 21200. Let's see what the back looks like. Trying to become the ultimate weapon. Shoot, kill, and destroy. This game was released, does it say 2004? Man, they really pumped out these games real quick. These are great. Let's see what the inside of the case looks like. So it looks like the manual is different for this one. And then it looks like it's advertising a whole bunch of other stuff on the back. I'll get to that in one moment. Let me get the manual in the full view. Compare it again to the front cover art. Oh, don't mind me slamming it, slamming it down. Alrighty, going to the back of the manual. You know, it's not the first thing I dropped today. I have no idea what's going on with my hands today. I'm just clumsy or something. Formula Front Armored Core Special Edition. Oh, that's for PSP. That's why I've never heard of that. So if you guys don't know, I am mostly or almost completely a PlayStation 2 collector. I am almost pretty ignorant when it comes to the other generations. I do have a little knowledge on the PS1, but not much. Kind of PS2 is definitely where I shine. PSP, I've owned a PSP, but I've never exactly played or collected for it. I probably have 2 games I've ever played on the PSP. And then I do know RPG Maker I own every PS2 title. That's also made by EJtech. That is awesome. I have played this. I've actually made a video game in one of the RPG Makers. More of on the PC side, not quite the PS2. I think these are kind of clunky and very simplistic. And then, oh, that's right, Wild Arms also. At least Ultra Code F was made from EJtech. I don't recall if the earlier ones were as well, but it looks like Ultra Code F was for sure. I think that's the one that included a bonus disc as well. So, very, very cool. Games from 1997 through 2005. Alrighty, let me go ahead and cover the disc. Armored Core 9-Breaker, 2004. There's the serial number. Really neat. And then the very last game in the Armored Core series it's technically Silent Line Armored Core, I believe, but I'm going to call it Armored Core Silent Line, even though it's probably incorrect. I do have it in my A's just because I don't want to put it in the S's and separate all, one of the 7 Armored Core games, at least alphabetically for my library. So here's what the front cover art looks like. Let's take a look at the spine. Silent Line Armored Core, SLUS 20644. This game was released in 2003. And all of these games are EJtech. Over 34 missions, 41 arena opponents, 21 versus battle maps. Holy cow. 428 total parts. That is cool. Probably way ahead of its time. And then looks like the manual is the same on this one. Comparing it to the front cover art. And then let's take a look at the very last disc, 2003. Also tells you the publication company's address, or at least P.O. Box, Sunnyvale, California. So there you guys go. Hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions on the Armored Core, please let me know. If you guys have any knowledge that I might have missed or something for the Armored Core series on the PlayStation 2, also please let me know. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments. And thank you again for suggesting this video. Chance Watson and EJraven, I do appreciate you guys. Hope you've enjoyed the video as well. And I will see you guys in the next video.